Looks like we got a new friend!
everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Riders on the Storm. We are 3 weeks away from the finale. This is number 1 of 3 final episodes. It's all going to get very spicy in here. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, please take a moment to check out our opening links, including all the places you can find and support us, including merch, Patreon, and other things like places you can contact us and find our community like Discord and Twitter and YouTube and all those good things. We also have sponsor information there for Mage Hand Press and Bird in the Storm Publishing, who are our sponsors. We're very grateful to them. We also have 10 to 15% discounts on many websites, and you should check those out as well. And Aras of arasavad.com tells me this week that they have fully stocked their website, so their delivery times are very low if you want to go and take advantage of that 15% discount. We also have the tweet there, and if you retweet the tweet, then we can tweet more, and the tweeter goes tweeting, and the tweet. Talking of tweets, we're less than 50 followers now from 5k followers on Twitter. Let's go around and say hello to everyone, and this week we will start with the wonderful Milady Saito. I love catching you by surprise every time.
I was typing to you, Raven. I got in trouble. Hi, I'm Milady Saito, and I play Ro, the hell-raising, liquor-slaying gunslinger. And she has quite a lot of things on her hand right now to take care of. And things that she doesn't know that's coming either. Hopefully not coming. And that's it.
I'm sure everything will be fine. Next, we welcome Amethyst Magic. Oh, hi!
Hi, my name's Heather, or Amethyst Magic on Twitter. I'm excited to be here and play my halfling sorceress, Faye Brightwood, and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into.
Love me some good shenanigans. Juicy. Next around, we welcome a familiar face, Levi Phipps. Oh, hi!
Oh, howdy, everybody. I am Levi Phipps, and I will be playing Benny Thistlewood, who is an elf ranger of the Country Music Conclave. So I will be singing. I'm sorry.
I'm so keen. Last but most certainly not least. Oh, hi, Mac.
Hi, it's been so long. Hi, yes, it is I'm Mackenzie, or you can call me Mac, Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. I'm the Scratticus Academy resident trash gremlin. I never leave. But today, I will be playing my regular Jin Harker, a rootin' tootin' shootin' warlock with more tricks up her sleeve now, who also might be hemorrhaging a little. It's fine.
Yeah, this is fine. So after last week's session, we destroyed the vampire. Your friends left. Friends. They left and left you to your own. You still have the vessel, although I don't really want to waste much time with the vessel. So if you like, we can skip through a post office scene and say you've already handed it in.
I need to go by there too. I also need to pick up Victoria.
Sure thing. So why don't we have a quick wrap-up scene in town then, where you guys wrap up the things that you want to wrap up. We'll say that the deposit goes off well. It's not Johnny there. It's some other demon. They just take the vessel, and they don't have any vessel to give back to you.
That's fine. Jin, if anyone, Jin is clammy and tired and mildly shaky, and she just kind of goes in and hands it. She doesn't even think about it. She's not doing hot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just get the usual. Do you need any expenses covered?
Nah, it's fine. I'm fine. Next time, just if you want me to kill a vampire, give me a bigger stick.
I don't make the rules.
I know. Trust me, I know.
And Ro goes to collect Victoria.
Yeah, that's exactly literally what she's going to beeline for.
Mm-hmm.
Bleeding and everything, and she's just going to be like, I gotta do something real quick and just go collect her.
The mansion has entirely burned down.
Oh, no.
Except
Oh, no.
for the room holding Victoria, which is in pristine condition.
Thank God that works. Okay, so, she's going to... is it the door still intact? Does she have the door shut?
The door is shut, yeah. Yeah.
She's pretty irritated a little bit. So instead of like the polite knock or like the normal knock, she just like full on like arm knocking on this door. Is there any response?
Yes, come in.
Is the door unlocked?
Door is unlocked.
She opens the door. Is the arcane thing still there?
No.
The fact that you had to think. So,
Ro,
Look.
good to see you.
yeah, she's holding her side because she's bleeding. You have to go. You take my horse. Go back to the inn. Was gonna burn down this place. Don't have to do that. Also don't have to murder the people to see you escape. Happy coincidence. So my day just got a lot easier. I'm gonna stop by the post office and then I'll meet back with you. I have a friend that I need you to meet.
She agrees. She heads back to the saloon, and you can bump into Jen on her way out of the post office.
Nah.
You look like shit.
Yeah, I kind of feel like shit. So, makes sense.
Right, well, I'm gonna pick up some letters that should be for me, and I have a little thing that I need you to do for me.
Do I have to do it now or can I sleep?
It depends. What can we just scale it as a 1 to 10? I would say it's about a 15 in importance to you, but you know, you can make your choice from there.
I'll do it. Fine. She's probably like Jin's like leaning against the wall of the post office and like her eyes are closed. Yeah. Yeah, just let me know where to go.
Alright, well, I'm just gonna pick up my letters and I'll walk you there. Where's your horse? Do you need, like... I ain't gonna offer you my shoulder, but I can offer someone's shoulder. She's gonna look around to any near passer. Is there anyone close by?
Yeah, sure. There's a guy playing a sort of slow, dusty, Starlight and Fireflies sort of country tune on a guitar nearby. Sounds a lot like the one playing right now.
I'm sure that we could talk them into...
Nah, if I can probably... I'll be fine, I can walk. Just go get your letters.
Great. So she walks in. She's so happy. Is there that old woman there?
No. This post office is actually quite well run.
She looks even more excited. She's like, today has just been the best day other than the puncture than I've had in my life.
They have a ticket system.
Oh no. I go up to the ticket counter. Is there... What number am I?
97.
Who's 96?
You can see 96 is actually on the wall right now.
She's like, oh, thank God, because I was going to start shooting people.
And it flicks over. The clacks slip, and 97.
Thank God. She walks up. Here's my ticket. Where's my mail?
They fetch your mail,
Take
hand it
four.
over to you.
How many letters do I have?
2.
Well, that ain't that just peachy? Some people don't know how to write back. Puts Mills heads back out.
Mhm.
You looking any worse?
Jin's clammy and slightly pale, and she just kind of keeps her hand pressed against her neck. It's not bleeding anymore, but it's just more of it feels weird, and it does not feel good.
Give me one more second. I'll be right out. She walks back in. She looks around, and she pulls like 10 tickets. She puts them in her pocket. Walks back out. She just follow me. And she's gonna go towards the Madame Victoria's.
Sure thing.
No one else. Wait, no one else got hurt, right? Just me? This?
I don't think you. I mean, you were out for a little bit, so there was enough. I would say there was enough pain to share. I would say.
No one else got bitten, though, right?
I mean, I ain't into that, so no. I would say that I was at a good distance away.
And that's all that matters.
Why, you not feeling so great?
No.
You got
But
that
fine.
wild animal thing?
It's a vampire. So, I'm probably missing a little bit of blood, but it's fine. Yeah, and as long as no one else got bitten, as long as vampire's gone, we're fine. That's all I wanted.
Inside, Madame Victoria greets you.
Right, so you're going to talk to my friend here, and you're going to do me a favor and talk to her, this old hag.
This old hag happens to run this establishment, Ro.
Yeah, well, for how long? Keep talking, you may not be living 5 feet under.
She, like, narrows her eyes but accepts it.
Well,
This is Victoria Harker.
My name was Harker. My name is not Harker anymore. Thank you. I'm married out of it.
Convenient. This is Jen Harker. Would you like to fill in some blanks for me? If we need to take a special room for some blanks to be filled in, then I am all okay with that.
Let's just take a booth for a second.
yeah. Fine, me. Pleasure to meet you, ma'am.
Pleasure to meet you.
Reaches over, grabs a bottle. Then meets at the booth. Can I grab a bottle?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Jin wobbles into a seat next to across from Madame Victoria, definitely leaning on a couple tables and chairs along the way.
You look unsteady. You should rest.
Rose said this was important.
She actually just used healing word on you. You feel a little better.
Oh. I mean, I'm still missing some of my hit points. How much did I get back?
Say 8.
Okay. 8, 7, 33. Okay, I'm almost full as much as I can get back, but my hit point max is still reduced. So,
Can I see that she did that?
Yeah, sure.
Wait. Okay, so she's going. By the time she gets over, you always were good with your words. Just damn.
Some customers just want me to talk to them all night. So, whose girl are you?
talking to me?
Yeah.
Rodolphus's kid. Rodolphus and Miriam Harker.
Adolphus and Miriam.
Blank pass.
She sort of shakes her head for a second. I don't recall them.
Yeah, I don't recall ever knowing you either. No offense.
I gave up on my old life a long time ago when I started up this place. Came up with the name Sin City.
Where were you? Sorry, where did you come? Or where did your family come from?
Looks like we got a new friend.
Your side of the family?
Honestly, I don't know. I gave up a lot for this life.
So you were a Harker and married out. Alright. Yeah, that's fine. You don't happen to know any your immediate family or nothing? Nothing? Yeah. Accent slipping, it's fine.
Honestly, when you say Miriam, that sounds like it could be a cousin or something, but I gave up all of that.
Fair
The
enough.
things we do, huh?
Yeah.
She looks at the gun on your hip.
Bro is like really, really like leaned forward in this table, like watching both of them as they talk and drinking heavily while they're talking, like waiting for like some type of bomb to drop in like information.
I'm gonna roll insight. I know it's not gonna go well, but I'm gonna roll it.
Sure,
Do I have any advantages left?
you do.
Can I use one?
You only have one, but yes.
Okay. What exactly do I have? I don't remember.
One advantage.
Oh, I just have one advantage. Okay, it's fine.
Yeah, it was a big combat week last week, remember?
Yeah, I burned an auto success trying to toothpick a vampire.
You did. It would seem that this person may have had a very similar past to yours, Jin. Maybe giving things up for the promise of something better.
When you say you gave up a lot of things, what exactly did you give up then to, if anyone, to whom?
I can't really remember. I just know that my end of the deal was that I get to run this place and eventually have a husband.
Huh.
That sounds like a chump deal, but I'm a sense motive on that. Harsh insight, sorry.
That's okay. 15. She seems reasonably genuine. Part of it might have been so she could have this place and be the mayoress of Sin City, possibly. Power play? Mostly power.
There's a fly in my room, sorry.
I thought that was a disgust. Goddamn power!
No, that's a fly. But if you don't mind me asking, who'd you marry?
A wonderful person by the name of Morningstar.
Oh. Well, sorry. That was a player reaction. Jin wouldn't know jack shit. Oh. Well, must be nice then.
Sound like a stupid name to marry.
Oh, but he's such a charmer. Nigh on irresistible.
Well, good on you for leaving the family name behind. It's not great.
I've heard since that they don't pay their debts.
They really don't. Get into a lot of trouble. A lot.
You're just contemplating this whole information. And pauses and this says, leans back and says, okay, who are you? You are not Madame Victoria. You are a fraud.
How rude, Ro.
You're
After all the
rude.
things I've done for you.
Name them.
Covered up for you, for one. Taught you how to be a woman.
That is
Taught you how to figure out people's secrets without them knowing you figured it out.
okay. Let's not. Dirty laundry is not something you hang out right here.
Taught you how to
Okay.
handle your drink.
Did I tell you I killed someone? I put someone dead down by my liver. So, but I still don't believe you. Anyone can know that I have that.
Well, you believe what you believe.
Why you change all of a sudden?
Life gets boring, Ro.
Excuse me? Boring? Maybe you need to get... This place has been nothing but ever boring.
Not since you've been here. But you left.
Excuses. Excuses for your... I'm not even sure what you're lacking anymore. Doesn't bother me. If you're dead inside, that's on you.
Well,
She
this
gets
has been a lovely conversation.
Yeah, so you better and she's gonna say, you better keep running this place until I come back to try to kill you, because no one's allowed to kill you but me. Faker. Just walks away.
Cute.
Yeah, I feel like I should apologize, but I also feel like you two know each other more than I know either of you, so don't know how far an apology would go. But I hope your deal worked out, or whatever you sacrificed.
I'm happy enough.
Wish I could say the same. Wish I could say the same. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you too. Have fun in Blank's Pass.
I'll try. It's more of a business thing, really. You don't happen to have a spare room, do you?
Sure I do. 70 gold.
That's fine. I'll find somewhere else then.
Do I hear that?
Sure.
There's a little bit of a chuckle at the bar. Tiny chuckle. And she nods and doesn't let Madame see it, but she's like, yeah. That's Victoria.
Okay, I'd like to wind forward at this point. The two of you are on the road. You can have had a full rest so you get your health back and stuff.
God, thank goodness.
I would like to give, before we introduce our players this week, you two the chance to have a conversation alone if you would like to.
When we get on the horses, Ro's gonna say, have you ever thought that this... Have you ever heard of the thought that if you dig or put your nose in things too much, you might end up getting it? Curiosity killed the cat. You heard that saying?
Satisfaction brought it back, didn't it? Right?
Only if you're a necromancer and the cat is maybe your husband. then yes. And then I would say yes. Then curiosity can, in fact, kill said husband/cat, and you can absolutely bring /husband/cat back. Is there something you'd like to tell me, Jen?
About my husband, or
Well, about your skill set. I mean, if you can bring an undead back, we got some problems.
I can't do that. I'm really trying to avoid anyone else dying at the moment.
Great. So curiosity kills the cat, aka your husband. So probably looking into any more of this stuff involving him probably isn't so great.
I'm not letting him hurt anymore after what I did.
I didn't know he was hurt in the beginning. You should have stopped digging so much earlier then.
See, there's a difference. When I did this, I thought I knew who I was hurting, and I thought I knew why. And when I killed them, I didn't feel anything, but then it comes around that I gave up my husband and broke his heart, and now a ghost or death itself might be after him. And he didn't deserve that. He shouldn't have deserved that, and I fucked up.
But how do you know? How do you know he didn't deserve it? I ain't trying to play the devil on your shoulder, but I've been through a lot of relationships, and there ain't no great relationship. And if you don't remember it, but you know, that's just me. So it's on you. I felt like I felt like I had to tell you because I got left a note. And I wanted you to know, because if you got left a note about me, I would assume you would tell me about it.
If that's a question to ask, if I have ever gotten a note about you, that is a dead no. I would tell you. But thanks.
That is a relief.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I have to do. I know the choice I made. Like I said, I'd rather my soul burn in hell for all eternity than him get hurt no more.
You see like a little bit of like this blankness come across her face a bit because she doesn't like the subject of love at all. So she just literally is like, right. Well, so let's get on the horse and let it be what it be.
Might have something of interest for the pair of you.
Where'd that voice come from?
Behind you in the stable.
Cool, I turn around.
There he is.
I have pulled out the ring from under my shirt.
New deal. That's what you wanted, right? A new contract?
Yes, indeed.
Well, that last bounty was a bit of a test, and between the pair of you, I think you'll be able to handle this. It's going to be hard, though.
Pair you? I don't know who you are, but you need to check your vision. Also, why are you in the barn?
Quite a nice barn, as barns go. Better than that one in Travel Stop. Right.
You better not mess with my horse. gonna have problems.
Listen, the new deal. I've whittled it down to just 2 pages of contract. Essentially, it sums up to, if you gather the soul of Death himself, then there's no reason for me to protect any of your family anymore. That's a win-win, right?
That sounds like a terrible deal. People need to die. People I've killed need to stay dead. So that's a terrible deal.
He hardly does his job anyway. People are coming back from the dead all the time.
What? I'm gonna
Here's
let you.
the paper. I'll let you read it over, Jin. I recommend you try and get Ro to help you, because I don't think you'd be able to do it on your own. I'm not sure, but I recommend the pair of you go together. I'll give you some time to think on it. Sign it and I'll appear. And you hear a piercing scream as a rend in reality opens and Old Scratch walks through it.
God damn it, I wanted to ask him something. Ugh. Guess we're heading for the road.
What kind of creature was that?
Well, let's call him my benefactor, employer.
Does it sound like that every time it leaves?
No, that one's new. I'm just gonna. If you
I'll
don't
take
want any part of it, if you don't want any part in this, let me know. I'll take it. You don't want to get involved in this, and I suggest you don't. I'll take it. I'll take the heat for it.
Why don't you just give me the contract so I can look over it and see if I'm interested or not?
Yeah, sure. We can look over it as we go.
That's great. You give it to me?
Pretty
Yes,
much, yeah.
She folds it up and she puts it in her pocket.
No, I bet look at it now. I want to look at it now.
We got a long travel. Can we get the horses first and everything? We're going.
I would like to pan across to a campsite along the road with at least 2 attendees. I'll let you introduce yourselves.
So one of them is this wood elf individual with pale brown hair with some fashionable stubble, wearing this kind of like very rugged hat with a band of white leather around it, wearing this kind of like pale blue button up, and there's some very worn pants and boots, strumming a six-string guitar.
Okay, and in camp with him, you see a shorter halfling woman. She's a lot older than you would expect to see adventuring. She's got white hair. She's wearing like a blue gingham dress with an apron and like a shawl, like full on looks like she should be at home cooking dinner like your grandma. And she's brushing this white panther cat and murmuring to it and adjusting her glasses and just cleaning up and checking on dinner on the stove in the camp occasionally. Or the fire, I mean.
Jin and Ro, after a hard day's travel, you can see this campsite up ahead.
I will say Ro has pretended to read this contract for the whole time.
Can I look at it now, please?
I'm still reading it. You know, there's a lot of words here. There's a fancy words here.
Can you read it out loud then?
I think his word is constructible, construct. I just need a little time. Let me read through it all completely and then I'll read it out loud.
Really need to look it over.
I agree. We have plenty of time for you to look it over. I just need to read it and then I'll read it out loud to you because, I mean, Blaine Pass is still a good distance away. We have plenty of time.
I really would like it as soon as possible, but fine, I suppose.
Thank you very much to We Are Nerdsmith, who has donated to give Faye Brightwood a roll on a random table. If you could roll a D100 for us, please, that'd be fantastic.
Okay. That's a 15. Don't know if that's good or bad.
Well, we'll find out.
I know it's not the rhyming one. I remember the number for the rhyming one.
I'm using a different table. I'm sorry, I'm terrible.
Okay. No, it's fine.
As soon as I can find the table. You guys can make your way into camp.
Hello? Anyone there?
Hey there!
Oh, hi,
Howdy,
kids.
partner. Hi.
What
Uh,
brings you two along?
Just traveling for family business.
Oh, family business. That's good.
Yeah, that's the best kind of business.
Depends on your family, I suppose.
Fair is fair.
Yeah. You kids hungry? We got plenty of food.
I don't think I've had a good meal in a long time. I'd appreciate it. And I think we should bed down for the night.
Did
No.
you say booze?
They like pulls out a flask. I got this. Not much else.
You have my attention.
Yeah, I don't have any booze, but I got the stew on the fire over there.
I'll take that. I will take that gratefully. Is there anything we can do in return? I mean, garden camp is one thing, but if there's anything else.
Maybe some more firewood.
I can provide if you need. Sorry, I didn't get your name. I'm Jin.
Name's Benny.
You can call me Faye.
Alright, Faye. What are you two doing out here? That question is very much pointedly directed at Faye, but like grouping everyone together.
Good. Here's your lesson.
I'm just trying to travel along. Fast stage performing for some coin. Trying to see if anyone else needs help around.
Yeah, you know, I used to adventure a long time ago, and then you know how it is. You meet a guy, you have kids, you settle down. They're all over 50 now, so I figured I'd take it up again for a bit. You know, I need a little excitement.
Oh, yeah. Where's your spouse? They around here too, or is it just you?
Oh, he's at home. He's babysitting the grandkids.
Ah, must be nice.
It's not bad. I got pictures if you want to see. And she starts pulling out this huge stack of little mini paintings out of her apron and just starts handing them out. And this one's Benjamin. He's really sweet. And then we've got...
She's just literally gonna sit there and look at every single picture, okay? I'm not saying she's a little sentimental, but she kind of is.
goes through every single one. She tells you their ages. She tells you what their favorite colors are. Like, she'll just keep going, and somewhere in there, she hands you food.
Ro is like just nodding her head. She's not even. She's feigning interest, but it's very poorly. Like just very, very poorly. She's like, yeah, Benjamin, yeah. A drink. Where's that flask? Moving closer. She's like, where's that flask?
Just like passes
I'm
it
100%
over.
invested. I am so invested in. I will know the names of all these children by the end of the night.
I'll make some up for you.
But Jin cares a lot about family, and this is a lot for her.
I will. What am I drinking? What do you have?
Probably just some kind of whiskey.
She just takes the biggest gulp she can.
Yeah,
also
and
a nervous conversation is family for Ro.
I think he passes it back, and like a drip falls out on his tongue.
I haven't had a decent drink in what feels like forever. I cannot thank you enough.
Always happy to provide.
Mm. So you play on this?
Yep.
You look pretty fancy. Do you make money?
Make money is a strong term. I break even usually. Usually the best I can hope for.
Oh, he's being modest. He's really good.
Is he? Are you part of her family?
Nah, it's in fact it was kind of a joke about like eighth cousins or something, but if there is, it ain't too likely.
You know, everyone gets adopted into my family eventually, so it's fine.
You hear that? You're gonna get adopted. Good on you. You might get a post. You might get a painting too.
Oh, if I could only be so lucky.
She will reach into her because she still has that bottle, right? That she made that she was gonna get the guards drunk, but she still have that bottle, right? It's like just a cheers to him. She drinks from that bottle now.
Oh, you said you might need more firewood. You still need that, or?
Yeah, Meg just kind of gets up. Oh yeah, it's usually my task around the place. If you need an extra set of hands, I would gladly help. Spot a couple of good spots on the way over here.
Yeah, I mean, some more fire would be helpful, but you know, we don't need a lot.
Well, I'm not in really any hurry, so yeah, happy to lend a hand. Benny, right? That's your name.
Wait, was that to? Was that to me?
Yeah, Benny, yeah.
Yeah, Benny Thistlewood. Pleasure.
Mr. Thistlewood. Mr. Thistlewood, shall we?
Alrighty. Gonna adjust the hat. Set up the guitar stuff.
Wait, you're leaving me with her? I mean, what a pleasure to be in the presence of someone so cheery.
It's all right, sweetie. I know not everyone likes baby pictures. Here, you can just have food. And she'll shove a big bowl of food at you.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to get somewhere with where I'm going, and it ain't gonna go very well with this. You know,
When I get back, I want to hear that story about, what was it? Lawrence. Yeah. Sounds like something my brother went through once. Pretty funny, actually. I'd love to hear more about it.
you got a brother?
I got two. They're both kind of assholes, but they're brothers, so what do you expect?
She holds up her drink again, and she's just like, you learn new things every day.
Yeah, there's always a lot of sibling rivalry.
Rivalry's putting it nicely, I suppose, in the case of my family, but, you know, we try.
Well, that's the important part. I mean, mine did all right. I didn't have too many problems. You know, there was the one time that they pushed each other off the mounts and things like that. But otherwise, it was all right.
I'd totally do that to my brother.
I have definitely prestidigitated a thumbtack on one of my brother's chairs. That was good. Clarence deserved it. What a dick. get firewood. I guess? Yeah, sure.
Sure thing. You can 100% go and gather firewood. In the heat, it's not really rained since we started this campaign. You find dry wood a little way back, I guess.
You think this is enough?
Yeah, it should be a bit.
Alright.
If we don't use it, I could just pack up next morning.
Yeah, fair enough. How long you been playing?
Oh, not too long. Sorry, quite a while since I was a kid.
How many years? Rude question, but how many years is that?
About. Then like, does some math. 270.
Alright. You traveling alone too? You got anyone with you?
Not really. Not for a long time. I just ran into Miss Faye a week or two ago. In the same direction.
You heading? Oh God. I'm gonna say east or west, but it's basically towards Blank Pass or away from Blank Pass.
Yeah. About that direction. Best in the nearest stop.
I think we might be heading in the same direction for a while as well. So, I know it can get a little sketchy around these parts. Personal experience. So, more the merrier, I suppose.
Good as yeah.
More, less, the harder it is for bandits to rob us blind. It's more the accurate term. God,
That's a fair point. Yeah.
How long are they away?
Up to them. How long would you like to be away? I mean, it could be a short journey, or if you want to collect a large amount of firewood, you could be away for half an hour, longer.
So I'm gonna say while they're away, they're Rose trying to make some small talk, but it's always the worst conversation, which makes it even more awkward.
Okay. Faye would roll with it. She's had enough kids go through her house. She's like, oh, it's okay. You're a little awkward with people. It's fine.
I love Faye so much. I love so much. I can't. My heart. I guess we'll stay away. Stay away for like less than an hour, but more than half an hour. Jen's taking her sweet time because it's a lot easier to not think about life-ending choices when you're collecting firewood.
Valid.
I mean, I think hell, at least Miss Faye can hold her own, but yeah, definitely appreciate some more company on the journey.
Yeah. No worries. I know some of the gangs around these parts a little bit more. I don't want anyone else getting hurt.
That's mad kind of you to say. Thinking the same thing, really.
Just doing what I can, I suppose. That's what we do. You think this is big enough for you? Should we keep getting more? I think we should keep getting more, to be honest. There's some over there. A long ways away.
Oh yeah, didn't check that one. Good eye, miss. And
you can just call me Jen. Miss is a bit much.
All right. So, tell me more about this family business that you had to Blank's Pass for.
Well, I've been away from home for a while. Didn't actually tell him I was leaving, and turns out while I was gone, things ain't gone so well for him. So, kind of gotta go back and fix my mistakes, if you catch what I'm saying.
I see. That kind of situation.
Yeah, I've gotta couple of mistakes I gotta patch up. Mistakes might be a little nice of a word, but it's the easiest way to talk about it. How about that piece?
Yeah. Seems tough. It's prayer.
Yeah, it's, well, I'll just say I wish I had a family like Miss Face, where, everything went well and everyone lived long, happy lives. You think this piece seems a little wet on one side, maybe not. How about that one?
Yeah, seems, good length, pretty solid. Yeah, we can only hope for something like that,
Yeah. And that just kind of continues with Jin dodging things.
Yeah, Betty doesn't, Betty kind of, stops prying and just kind of, collects some more in silence.
Thank you. It's very appreciated. Jin does what Jin does best and avoids talking about her issues.
Dude.
How about we pan back to the camp again?
Like, how many people have you murdered?
Oh, it's been a while, so I don't actually remember the number. I mean, I did adventure before, so there were a few, murdered might be the wrong word, though. It was more like, fighting, and then they died, and I just didn't bother with healing them or anything. But,
Yeah. Murdered. Got accidentally murdered. Killed.
Yeah, exactly.
Against you.
A handful or so, something like that.
Yeah.
Where are you guys headed exactly?
Blanker Township. It is blank something.
Oh, is that Blank's Pass?
Yes, that one. I am so glad Jen isn't here right now. She always gets so mad.
Yeah, no worries. We're on our way to Garen's Well, or at least that's where I'm headed. I don't know if Benny's staying with me the whole time.
People die a lot there.
I hope not. I heard about this group of wandering undead. They'd been spotted, attacking people on the road, in the west, and, I'm traveling just to keep an eye out and see if I can help people with that one. Sounds
You're
like
such Yeah, you're such a good person. See, I would have done the opposite. It's a good thing I ain't going that way.
Well,
That's someone else's problem. So, do you help people a lot? Because I mean, how many people have you saved, and how many people died that you tried to save? Not that you aren't a good savior, because I'm sure that you do great. But sometimes the tables they turn.
Oh, it's all right, honey. I know what you mean. I didn't keep count. I helped a couple of towns back with some people that had a little issue with a monster out in the woods. Turned out it was really susceptible to fire. So, a couple fire bolts and it was done. But other than that, there's things here and there. Mostly I just left the house, a couple weeks ago, right before I ran into Benny. And I'm just happy not to be cleaning nappies for a while. I love my grandkids, but it's nice to have a break.
She's gonna sidestep that because she feels really awkward about the kids again, and she immediately goes straight into the conversation about the people being murdered. And she's like, yeah, death. A lot of people are susceptible to fire, except for a good a person. Not that I care about her, but I thought I lit her on fire, and she lived through it.
Well, there's people out there that are more resistant to it than others. This thing was like a plant creature, so, as soon as I lit it on fire, it just went, and died. It was easy.
Wouldn't it be great if that's what they're bringing back? Maybe that's what's taking them so long. They're bringing back a wooden creature that we can put into the fire.
Oh, they're probably looking for the stuff that's on the ground so it doesn't make it all smoky and gross. It's fine.
I mean, that's good too, but, I bet it was enjoyable to,
Sure. It's all right, sweetie. And she, like, gently pats your hand just a little, like, as little touch as possible. If you don't want to talk, we don't have to talk. I can go clean Blanca. It's fine.
Who's Blanca?
Oh, Blanca's my familiar. And she points at this giant white panther that's just been chilling back in the shadows a little bit for a while. I know it's not a very original name, but that's what happens when you let your 5-year-old name your familiar. Not a good idea.
Right. That's a big kitty.
Yeah, it's great. She doubles as a mount, which she puts up with because I give her lots of tuna, so it's fine.
Speaking of mounts, you should see my borrowed horse. He totally smashed someone's skull in the day before. Smashed his skull in with his hoof.
That's a talented horse.
What is the victories of your familiar?
Well, she's a lot stronger than your average cat, which is nice. And then, of course, there've been a few throat rips. It's very bloody, and then I have to wash her a whole lot, which she doesn't really care for. But, what you gonna do? Red on white doesn't look great. And, well, not that kind of red. It just gets all muddy brown after a while when it gets old and dry, and then it just looks awful. And beyond that, she mostly watches my back, because even though I'm good with the spells, I'm not very strong. There's a reason that Benny goes to get the firewood. I could carry like a single stick.
Benny looks very capable.
Yeah, he's a good kid. More talented than he gives himself credit for.
I mean, I saw him playing on that thing for a little bit. But
Yeah, he's pretty good.
musicians, they are deceiving. They're the worst kind. So you gotta be careful with them. They can take all your money. Take all your money and don't believe their smiles.
I've met a few of those. Benny doesn't really strike me as that kind. But I suppose anything's possible if you put him in the right situation. But for now, he's being a good kid. We're traveling together. It's not bad.
Can't trust anyone. No one is to be trusted. No one is to be trusted. You're a much better person than I.
Well, I've had a lot of experience. When you live 195 years, you learn a thing or two about reading people.
And you ain't never been backstabbed before?
Well, I mean, I have, but, minor things like when your kid lies to you that they ate the last of the chocolate cake. I mean, you got to keep in mind, I was raising kids for the last, 100 years. So that's been most of what I've been dealing with. No, Grandma, I didn't take the cake. Well, you've got chocolate all over your face, kid, so yes, you did. But,
The weirdest thing I ever lied to my mama was I didn't beat that kid. I knocked all 3 of his teeth out, and she called me a liar. Well, I was wearing his blood, so.
Yeah, if you're wearing the evidence, it's hard to hide it.
I was a child. Now I know better.
That's good.
You hide the evidence. Hide the evidence so ain't no one can use it against you.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it.
So, they seem to be taking a while. I have a little bit of a thing here. Oh, sorry. This thing. She's gonna pull out the letter. Or the contract. And she's gonna be like, you got some wits about you. I need to somehow talk my friend out of signing this. And it's either that or I throw it in the fire when they come back. I really haven't decided yet. I'm not much of a planning person. I'm gonna go on the fly person. I'm afraid if I throw it in the fire, she gonna jump in the fire with it.
I mean, what is it exactly?
It's a paper.
I can see it's a paper, sweetie. I mean, what's written on the paper?
She's gonna quickly scan it to see if it says anything that she can't show it to anyone. Does it say anything she can't show it to anyone?
No, it doesn't say anything like that. They've taken out a lot of the confusing clauses. They've really tried to make things. It looks like, the department down in hell have listened to the customer feedback, and they are trying to make things more understandable. It's just a lot of disclaimers like may kill, death by any means possible. It basically gives the holder free reign to kill death by any means, and to sacrifice anything in the process. In exchange, all previous deals will be broken, and Jin Harker will be free.
See, the thing is, person that wrote this isn't exactly a good person. So, there's always hooks in life. And I know that. But I think she's going to see the positive in this. And she's just going to sign it when she sees the positive. And I don't want her to sign it just because she sees a positive. Because I don't want to sign it.
All right. Do you have to both sign it if she does?
I mean, no, but she's also been told that she's supposed to bring upon the apocalypse. I mean, we're supposed to go kill death. So.
Wait a second. You're supposed to kill death? Is that even possible?
Maybe. I mean, that's what we're going to have to find out if she signs this contract.
Well, because, I mean, if you kill death, then he can't die, right? Because he's dead, so he can't die. Isn't that how that works?
But I can't murder people either. I don't like murdering people, but I have a tendency of people dying around me, okay? And they don't need to be coming back.
All right, that's fair. But what exactly is the positive that you think your friend's going to see in this?
Freedom.
Freedom. All right. Well, that's a tricky one. But the thing is, all right, I've lived long enough to have seen a lot of things. Here's my concern. I'm 195. That's a pretty good age for a halfling. I've got about 50 more years or so left, somewhere around there. But my body hurts in places that I didn't know existed when I was 40. So if I don't die and I just keep aging, am I going to be able to move in 300 years? There's consequences to not dying.
That's damn right. Awkward. Ugh.
But it's true. If nobody dies and they keep aging, because it doesn't say people stop aging, it just says they stop dying. Are we going to be dealing with, humans that are 200 years old and basically just look like skeletons sitting in the beds? Because that's a problem. That's not attractive.
Yeah, I don't want to be a skeleton.
And I mean, she might want a freedom, but is she going to get freedom at the expense of when she gets old, she's stuck living life over and over again? Oh, and also, if you can't die but you're injured, it doesn't say anything about are you going to be healed from your injuries when you don't die. So do you just walk around constantly bleeding? There's a lot of things missing in this contract.
Rose been in a lot of battles to know that walking around bleeding is not a great thing. So she immediately
these might be points you could bring up with your friend to convince her, because even if you're desperate to be free of something, walking around constantly bleeding, passing out, dying, and then coming back again over and over and over again, or being 200 when you should have died at 50 is not a good thing.
Do you have paper?
Yeah, probably. She starts digging in her bag and looks for a piece of paper.
I am going to maybe it's best to try to give her some type of hope in a different light. Maybe I should just give it to her and let her read it herself. Where's that paper?
She pulls a piece of paper out of her bag and hands it to you.
She's gonna take the paper. Do you have enough papers to match this contract? No reason.
Should I check my inventory? 2 pieces of paper.
If it's something that you think you would have, I say you should have it. So yeah, sure, you can have some paper.
She probably would, because she's got to write back to all the grandkids.
Of course, yeah.
All right. She hands you a couple pieces of paper. Here you
Great. I'm writing notes. I'm writing notes to point out the things that are bad in this contract, because it's bad and them was stashed between it.
That's a good idea.
Right? Because I'm a good friend. That's not that we're friends, because we're not friends. Don't tell her we're friends. We're friends.
You know, friends, associates, business partners, as long as you're taking care of each other, that's the important thing.
We ain't really doing that either. Rose stutters in an awkward situation. She's like, so I'm sure they're gonna be back, so I'm just gonna write these notes out real quick. So is there a place that I can go that would be secluded and unlikely that she'd find me right away if she comes back?
I mean, there's a couple rocks over there that we've got that Blanca's sitting over next to. She won't eat you, I promise. It's fine.
The fact that you had to tell me that worries me. Ain't no one ever tell me that about their familiar. It ain't been dangerous.
She's really big. You know, when I was younger, she was just a little house cat. But now that I've gotten older and grown into my powers a little more, she got bigger. So I had a lot of people get freaked out the first couple times they saw her, because she went from being this little tiny house cat that was killing mice, and then she was, that size. And I lived around halflings, so, she's big enough it could be a concern. She's all right, though, I promise. She'll probably look at you a little weird just because you're going over near her, but that's it. The typical cat stare of like, what are you doing? Do I care? No, okay, I'm going back to sleep.
Fair. So I will go accompany her. And she's gonna walk away. She's like, wait, do you have a pen? I just realized I do not have a pen. And I feel like blood could be a very bad thing if a drop sits on this other contract.
I mean, that's fair. Here you go. And she'll pull out a pen and hand it to you also.
Okay. She's gonna go all the way over there and quietly try to forge a new contract as completely confusing as possible. That way it's going to make it so hard to understand if it's okay to sign it or not.
Perfect. Okay. We'll pan back over to Jin. Benny is collecting wood maybe a little way off, and you have a moment alone.
Okay. Just gonna try something. She's gonna try and figure out what sort of magic she was casting the other day. Because that wasn't her past magic. So she's gonna try and cast Phantom Grapnel at a piece of wood and pull it towards her. So she holds out her hand and there is a string of goldish white diamonds. So they look like the diamonds you find on playing cards. It just sort of shoots out, grabs a piece of wood, and then just kind of yanks it back towards her. And then she's just sort of feeling the movement, trying to figure out where she remembers that from.
And is this something you actually want to roll to try and remember, or is this just hypothetical?
If there is a way I can actually remember how I know this spell, that would be lovely.
History or Arcana, it sounds like to me.
Alright. Well, I'm actually good at both of those. Let's do history. Fun.
Yeah.
Not that great.
On a 13, you're pulling it, you see like a card thing happen. You're immediately thinking of Malcolm. Then you might see Jin as you come back over the rise and see Jin again. You might see her pulling some wood towards her magically.
It's a big old magic heckin' chain.
Yeah. It just calls over. That's a fancy one. Where'd you pick up that one?
Funny thing, I'm not entirely sure.
Strange.
Yeah. She just kind of keeps doing it, like, just trying to, the more she does it, just trying to figure out where this memory is coming from.
Okay. Well, you guys have gathered a large amount of wood by now. You can start heading back to camp if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can cast magic, yeah? Right? Or no?
A little bit, not as much as most others who can, but a few things.
When you learn your magic, right? You remember are there spells you know that you didn't know you had until you use them?
Something like that. Usually, I usually pick them up from somewhere, but yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, I've magic's weird. There's nothing, out in your experience when you're traveling, that anything that just suddenly changes the way you cast something, makes it different.
Nope.
All right. Good to know, I guess. God, I keep saying that. Let's head back.
Yeah.
Me stabbing these piles of wood with magic ain't really helping them burn better.
Right. Just makes it burn quicker. Yeah.
Yeah. And we shall head back.
Faye, Ro, you see Jin and Benny heading back towards the camp.
Am I done with my...
Sure thing.
Alright, cool. So she folds back. She's gonna put the real one, right, in a secret place, but she's gonna put the fake one where she knows Jin has seen it last.
Okay. And sure, Jin and Benny enter camp.
It's about time you guys show up. I thought you guys were never coming.
We wanted to make sure we had enough for tonight and then for the rest of the road in case we don't run into any good clearings like that. Here you go. Hope this is enough for however long you're traveling.
Yeah, that looks good. And that was a good plan, just in case. You never know.
Yeah. Always
There was
prepared.
there was quite a lot anyway, so I mean, no harm.
Yeah. Otherwise, who
Sounds-
knows? We'll grab it.
I mean, other people who may need it.
No way knowing.
I mean, the point is, I think the point is, do we care if they need it or not? I would say no.
And
Well,
you
I
should
mean-
see Betty stare very far away at the ground.
Yeah.
As you said.
Ooh. Oh, I was saying, I mean, we can always, if we run into anyone on the way and they already need a firewood, we can always give them some. Like I said, no harm in having extra.
Nope.
How do you two get along? Anything interesting happen?
Oh, it was fine. Just talking about adventuring, and she was asking where I was heading.
You two heading in the same direction, yeah? I was talking with Benny, who said maybe if we're traveling in the same direction for a while, we could tag along, give a little extra protection.
Nah, there you go. They're going to dead people. We ain't want to go to dead people.
Well, that's where I'm going. I don't know if Benny's going the same way. We hadn't actually talked about that very much yet.
I mean,
Obviously.
I ain't gonna pass up an opportunity to put an arrow or two into some undead.
Yeah, that's fair. That's where I'm headed. Garen's Well. They've got this band of wandering undead that's been seen in the west area, attacking people, and that's why I decided to travel in that direction.
Yeah, sounds par for the course around here. Like I said, glad to help out.
You two are mighty welcome.
Yeah, the more the merrier. Safety in numbers and all that business, right?
Yeah. And like I said, or I was talking to Benny, like I said, this area is starting to get close to home, and I know it well enough. It's not exactly the greatest area, and I don't want anyone getting hurt. Well, I could stop it.
So wait, we're gonna follow them to the undead people?
Well, yeah, I suppose it's sort of halfway on the way. Why not?
I mean, y'all got your business in Blake's Pass or whatever it is. If you get us out there, we can just go ahead.
Yeah, listen to this man. He knows what he's talking about. We ain't got no business there.
I mean, you're welcome to help, but no pressure either way.
Yeah, I
I'll
mean,
help.
we can take it a day at a time. It's all right.
Well, hell, I want to help.
She pauses for a minute and she's like, ugh, that means that I'm gonna have to help. And then she pauses and then she's like, wait, this means she's not gonna look at the contract. That sounds like a great idea. You know what? Never mind. The more things that we help out with people, the better karma, right?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Yeah, that's what they say.
So let's put some undead back in the dead.
Much appreciated, Miss. What's your name again?
My name is Row.
Oh.
Death Row.
Death Row. I like it. I think I may have. Ever met a man named Montaigne?
Well, that I remember.
Yes.
Episode 1! I think that was
Yeah.
episode 1!
Yeah. Huh. Well,
Oh,
strange
the other
fellow.
Doc's character.
Yeah. Strange fellow. Took a fair bit of gold. I mean, what kind of man steals another person's hat?
Out of character, I remember, but in character, Rhodes showed any attachments. Nope, don't remember. He sounds like a fancy person that should be remembered, but don't think I've come across him.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment.
I would like to meet your friend.
Well, he ain't no friend of mine.
Oh. Well. Makes it strange that you asked about him and he's not your friend, but
I ran into him, mentioned someone named Roe, some along those lines. Maybe misremembering. Bringing what it used to be.
I mean, because I don't remember him, so it's definitely not possible that we ran into each other. That didn't happen.
Must be a different Roe or something. Oh well.
Maybe he just thought because that, I don't know. So maybe he thought someone else's row and that wasn't me.
Yeah.
They got those copycat people out there. Always waiting for the title. Never wanted to do the murdering.
Oh, I hear you there.
How many people you murdered?
Not too many. Like to avoid it if I can. But if it's gotta be done, it's gotta be done. That makes sense.
So you have murdered people, right?
One or two. Ain't proud of it.
One or two?
Exaggeration. Like a small handful.
Alright.
Most of the helping that I've been asked to do ain't murdering.
Murder is a necessary thing.
Part of life.
That's right. Death is a part of life. It needs to stay a part of life.
It's just natural.
It's
Alright,
natural. Yeah.
Are you done looking over that thing or we had? You know,
Convenient. Yes, I am done with it. So let me just get that for you. Just give me a minute. She pulls out the contract, the fake contract. She passes it over to you.
I don't know how to check and what I would do to check and see if it was real or not.
Well, I think first of all we have to hear, Saito, what this new note says.
This new contract says, "You, in order to gain the continuous protection of your family, you must now murder Death. We not only need him dead, but we need his soul split into 2 pieces. 2 pieces is very important because the yin-yang theory states that there is an even and an odd, and it just keeps going on and on, and it says, so we're going to give you a weapon, but it's going to be like a marble, and there's going to be like a piece of paper at the next post office. It's very important that whenever you kill Death, that you use these 2 papers in this specific order, and there's gonna be like a math problem afterwards. It's like this huge math problem. And it's gonna say, if you do conquer in doing so, you will gain absolute freedom, and your family will stay protected. Bro's gonna look over and say, see, I told you it was confusing.
I mean, it seems pretty straightforward. I do this and everyone goes scot-free.
Well, see, you just skipped everything. There's lots of stuff in between there.
Why don't we have an insight check versus what sort of check would you like this to be, Ro?
I think it's a deception.
Sure. We have an insight versus deception. Jin's insight is notoriously bad, so
Come on, please!
an 18 on deception. There's a chance. Oh.
If I had an advantage left, I would have used it, but it's fine.
Oh, did you not hear? Sorry, you did get an advantage gifted earlier.
Oh, no, I didn't. I would have used it then.
Sorry, I might have been muted when I said it. Thank you very much for the to T-Girl, who did gift the advantage. If you like, you can use an advantage, but we won't just take the 18. You'd have to re-roll, and we take the first number again.
No, it's fine. I'll save it. It's fine.
Sure.
There's very unlikely chance I'll roll higher so there's no point in burning the advantage.
Okay.
I told you it was confusing. I think you should just read it a couple of times before you decide to sign it.
I mean, look, there were some changes I thought I already wanted to make anyway, so I sign this, he appears, we talk it out, and I'll figure it out.
I really don't think it's smart just to be signing it right away. I mean, we just talked about how death was important, right? Why not just mull it over? We're going to a different town to murder undead people. It'd be very inconvenient for the undead people if we take away the Reaper.
Wait a hot sec. What's this got to do with all this again?
Family business?
You
Complicated family business.
didn't tell him?
It sounds
Didn't
complicated.
ask.
Yeah. You should ask more questions.
I did ask you to elaborate on what this family business is. And also, pride it ain't nice.
Yeah, see, prawn ain't nice.
But
Yeah, that's true.
this got kind of, I don't know.
I guess, long story short, there's a certain demon plaguing my husband at the current moment, and I need to get rid of it in order to be able to get my husband back safe and sound.
Oh, in that case,
But
well,
if she keeps toiling in that, she could murder him herself. So, I mean,
So wait, I mean, this is a little bit prying, but you guys were talking about it in front of us. So somebody wants you to kill Death, and in exchange, your husband's not being tormented by a demon.
But he could die.
But did you ask what happens if you kill Death? Like, there's got to be consequences to that, right? If people can't die, what happens after that? Like, do they get old and just keep aging? Or do they, get injured and then pass out and come back from death and they're still injured, bleeding out on the field constantly forever is not great. I feel like if your friend wants you to ask more questions before you sign and just, speaking from experience, that's not a bad idea right now. Not with contracts necessarily, but just in life. If you don't ask the questions beforehand, sometimes you really get bitten in the ass afterwards.
Yeah, I get that, but I don't know. I don't know how many questions I could ask that could actually fix this. So, but the person who offered it was saying, the minute I sign it, they show up, and I can ask my questions then. So,
I think that is not so great to bring him in on here. Also, you have something to tell me, because I remember you telling me in our little talk that you have had this type of situation before. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna just shelf that for a minute, Miss Faye, we're gonna shelf that for a minute because I ain't gonna forget. But you.
Thank you very much, Kentucky Hawkeye, who gives an advantage to both Benny and Faye.
Thank you.
You really need to think about what she's saying. I mean, look at her. She's been through tons of ventures. She knows what she's talking about, right?
yeah, and I know my family's on the line, and I don't care
But
what
is-
happens to me.
But are they on the line now? They ain't on the line right now.
Yes, they are.
But are they?
You don't walk away from seeing death themselves chasing after your husband and just assume everything's fine.
I mean, that's part of his contract, right? His contract is to make sure that your husband doesn't die, right?
Yeah,
So
and I'm gonna
you're-
nullify that.
Right, but as long as you're doing what he wants, he didn't say how much time you had to do it. As long as you're doing or participating in what he wants, then therefore, what's gonna stop him? But he has to protect him. I mean, if it was me, I would just horseplay the whole time and then dial around it when he comes up and he'd be like, "Why haven't you done your job yet, Ro?" I'd be like, I murdered a couple other people. Do you want their souls instead? Let's talk about it. 3 souls for the delay in this contract. And he'd probably be like, I mean, I can see that you've been busy with dead people in souls, and you move on.
Yeah, I'm gonna say from my conversations with him, he don't play by those rules.
So he has rules. So he has to follow his own rules. That makes it more constant. He has to protect your family. You're still in the process of going to get death. There's no guarantee that you will kill death. But as long as you're still in process of killing him.
Well, once I sign the contract, then yeah.
This protection type thing, referring to it as a demon plague makes it sound kind of unsavory on the family's end.
Yeah, it is.
And your family not really good people anyways.
They're still my family. I'm not letting them die. I'm not letting
But they're
them
not good people.
Doesn't matter. They're my family, and I'm not letting them get hurt.
Can we talk about this for a minute? Isn't it kind of silly to be saving people who are bad people? Does that make you a bad person?
They're my family.
But that makes
Not
you a
to,
cohort.
Not to call an apple an orange, but this husband of yours. How about him? He lack your family or what?
My husband?
Yeah. What about him? He also caught under this being chased.
Unfortunately, he got the brunt of it.
But did he?
Yes.
You should take it.
Right? Run with it. I agree completely.
Well, I mean, this is where I gotta step in, kids. You know, don't get me wrong, it's your business. If you're gonna sign the contract, I'm not gonna like jump on you and make you stop. But
Right.
Oh no, we should not sign the contract. That is. But go ahead.
long term, what's gonna happen to your family? Because if death doesn't exist and nobody can die, like, I speak from experience. You know, I'm 195 and I got aches and pains that I didn't even know were possible back when I was a kid your age. So if I keep aging, like I've probably got like 50 more years left. If I keep going past that because death doesn't exist, am I just gonna keep aging? Because the contract doesn't say it, does it? It doesn't say that everybody stops aging. It doesn't say that you're healed up if you come back from death. It just says death is dead. And we don't know what the consequences of that are. So you could be putting your family, just saying, you could be putting your family in a situation where you've killed death and they're safe for a while. But then when they should die, they can't. And then they just keep aging and keep aging and keep aging. And, you know, if that keeps happening, then you end up with like a 300-year-old human sitting somewhere that can't move, can't do anything. He looks like a skeleton with skin stretched over him, but he's still technically alive. It's not a great situation for anybody. So if those are the kinds of things that are happening if you kill death, you should ask more questions before you sign the contract, is all I'm saying. Not saying you can't sign it ever, but you should ask a whole lot more questions first.
Yeah, I never said I was gonna do exactly what the contract did.
I'm just saying that, you know, you should. Yeah, too. Don't sign it right now. Besides, like, do you really want to hear that sound again right now? Can we take like a good rest before you try to sign that and bring that thing?
The longer I wait, the longer I think, the longer, or the more my husband's hurting, the more I need to fix my mistakes. I'm not doing what this contract tells me, not by a long shot.
Okay, that's great, but you
can't
don't need to sign it right now.
Well, if you sign it, though, don't you agree to do what the contract says? I mean, I haven't signed a lot of contracts in my life, but in my understanding, that's generally how it goes. You sign the contract, which means you then have to do what the contract says. So if you sign it before asking the questions and getting your answers, you're already committed to doing the job, whether you like the answers or not, right?
There's an amendment process. I'm gonna ask for some amendments, and hopefully no one else gets hurt.
This is a problem. You're asking for amendments from a devil.
I'm thinking what I'm gonna offer him, he's not gonna want to refuse.
What, your life? You already got it. He got it with the contract right now.
He doesn't have everything, and I know I want everyone else scot-free, but if I can do that, and I can just...
What are you going to offer him that's money more better than what he has right now?
I'm pretty sure there's something to do with the apocalypse he's dying to get over with.
So you want to start the apocalypse
I'll
just
break the world to save my family.
Don't you see that's the biggest joke in the world? So you're willing to break the china to build a cabinet. So where are you gonna put the china? Because the china's broken.
I'll figure it out. That's what I do.
It's too late. The china's already broken. You gonna glue it back together? You're not a necromancer. You ain't a necromancer. We already talked about it.
I think Faye just goes up to Jen. Listen, even from this, I don't even know half the situation, but and this is like whisper so that like Ro and Faye would have to like strain or something, like as quiet as possible. I hardly know your situation, but if I had the chance to save someone I loved, even for a second, I'd go for it.
Can I roll to listen or hear that? Is there a way?
You have my permission.
How do I?
Are you trying to keep it quiet, Benny?
Yeah, like as quiet as possible.
Okay. In that case, let's do stealth versus perception.
Okay, so we just roll perception checks.
Okay. Ro can see through time and space. Oh boy. And it's not difficult to hear. Benny, you fumble your whisper check there.
Okay. It's a nat 20 versus a nat 1.
Yeah, sometimes the dice just, want things to be heard.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just hear Benny and what he thinks is a whisper tell Jen to sign the contract.
She's gonna pause for a minute and think that she's the only one who heard it, so she's gonna make it look like she didn't hear it.
Yeah. Faye, she doesn't necessarily respond exactly to what he said, but she can tell they're whispering about something because he didn't roll stealth not to be seen. So she just looks at them. You know, kid, you can do whatever you're going to do, but I'm just saying you should ask the questions before you sign the contract, because once you sign, you might get stuck. That's all. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I don't necessarily think it's a good idea, figure it out yourself. But definitely ask the questions before you sign. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. There are a lot of questions I want answered.
Yeah, but you probably shouldn't really trust the devil, so take it as a half honest. Half honesty is something that when someone tells you the horse is okay, it's half honest. The horse is not okay. The horse is alive, but the horse is not dead. The horse is not okay, but the horse being okay is a situation. Is me telling you, things are still okay. So it's just be careful for half honesties.
Yeah. Sure.
Well, if it's in the contract and he signs it too, or creates it, or whatever the situation is, then he has to abide by the contract also, right? So just make sure the wording's really clear. Like, no half-assed answers of like, if A happens, then B happens. No, you want to know B1, B2, B3, like one of those outline things they make you do in school.
What school?
I don't know. My kids had to go. I'm old enough that, I just had a book at home and it was fine.
Yeah, most of my schooling is
teaching?
Yeah.
Like education? Why didn't you say education? Fancy words for silly things.
I was training to be something.
Be a what?
I was training to be a caster, wizard, but
How do you remember that?
because I can do this, little sparks. Prestige education, it's so much fun.
So here's a question. What happens if you weren't training to be this? What happens if your memories are just that because it makes you stronger? What happens if all your magic comes straight from the entity and everything you know in your education has been a lie? He has molded you into something that he wants you to be.
Well, then he did a fine, good job.
He's a devil, so I ain't passing anything by him. I'm just saying.
I don't know, something's different about my magic now, but something's different. Again, questions I need answered.
Yeah, you should definitely ask the questions then.
So call him out here. And don't show him the contract. Because that would be weird.
I mean, he knows what it is.
Exactly. What do you show him for?
No, like, why would it be weird? He knows what the contract is. He delivered it. Whatever.
That's like showing someone their own underwear. That's weird.
No, I don't
They know what it is.
And
They've seen it. They've seen it. They don't need to see it again.
I feel like we might need another deception versus insight here. If anyone feels like Ro might be lying, maybe we could test this.
Faye has her suspicions. She just isn't entirely against Ro's actions, so she's letting it slide.
I was so excited!
Double sacrifice.
Oh no!
Oh, my poor bottle! Oh
Foot
Oh.
insert mouth.
That's to the chat.
Oh, that deception is not so good, Ro.
No. Yeah, it's because she's been spinning so much she doesn't remember the backing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spin so much webs.
I think. Do I need to say it's fairly obvious this was a lie? Like, I think you're all pretty
Oh
suspicious
no!
anyway.
Like I would say it's to the point that it's like you notice that the fact that she's so uneasy with you showing the contract that it obviously has to be a fake. I'm just gonna leave you with that.
Yeah.
What?
I think Bay just gives like a very suspicious look, and that's it. Go ahead, Mac.
Alright, Ro, what exactly did you do to the contract?
I ate it.
Gross?
It's the only thing that she could think of at the time. So that's literally the first thing that came to her mind.
Yeah, I'm not buying that. Where's the actual contract?
It's gone.
I'm not buying that. Where is it?
I ate it. You can buy whatever you want in a tavern or anything else, but that doesn't mean you get what you want.
What the hell did you do?
I ate it. You can have it. You can have it when you digest it.
No, you're lying. I can tell you're lying. Where did you put it?
In my stomach.
Bro, I can tell you're lying.
I mean, you can tell whatever you want, but that doesn't mean I have to tell you the truth.
Miss Rowe, I ain't smart by any stretch of the imagination, but it's not hard to see that trying to pull one on Jan over here, so just tell her where it is.
I put it in my stomach.
Bro, come
Mouth.
on. I know you're lying. Where is it?
It's gone. Okay, Jen, it's gone.
I need this.
You don't need it. You really don't.
Yes, I do.
You don't need it. You're doing things. You're doing things that you shouldn't be doing, and you don't need it.
Well, it's not your choice.
Yeah, it is my choice. Why do you think you get off making choices for the whole damn world? Huh?
This isn't about. It's about
Your
me.
family, where do you think your family gets to be the
About
highest
what you care
priority?
about the world. Like
Huh?
you actually give a shit.
Yeah, about myself. You're damn right I give a shit about myself and who I kill. And they're gonna go down and they're gonna go down and they're never gonna come back. You know why? Because you ain't gonna kill death. And I'm gonna make sure of that.
I wasn't planning on it. I want to sign the contract and
You're
say
gonna sign the contract.
I'm gonna fix it.
You're gonna sign my stomach?
I know it's not in your stomach. Stop pulling that bullshit.
Guess you're never gonna know where it is, are you? It's gone forever.
You know, I'll just call up the devil and ask him to give me another one.
Son of a bitch. I forgot that you can.
Terms.
Are you? You're gonna call the devil to write you a brand new contract that you haven't even written, that you haven't even read? Don't you think that's kind of suspect?
I'm sure he'll understand.
I don't know if he will. I think he'd be even more crooked than he was in the beginning. But it's okay.
Fine. You know, I was gonna try and get you out of this. I didn't want you involved in this contract either.
Yeah, well, you got the world involved in it.
And I was gonna fix it.
Were you?
I still am. Yes.
How are you gonna fix it by signing your life away into doing
My
something?
life ain't worth jack shit.
How do you know?
You see what I did? You see the mess I left behind? Yeah, my life ain't worth jack shit. If I lose it over fixing everything I broke, then fine.
There's one motto I live by, and you need to learn it. The motto is, ain't no one gonna take care of yourself but you. And if you ain't gonna learn to take care of yourself, then maybe you need to wake up. Because your family ain't doing nothing for you. Ain't doing nothing for you. And if you think that they should be,
love them, and I don't care.
they should be. If they cared about you, they would be doing something to break this contract so you wouldn't be in this situation in the first place. Your husband did. Your husband tried to break the contract.
Yeah.
So why isn't your family?
Doesn't matter.
It does matter. These are people you're trying to save. Why are you trying to save?
Ro. It don't matter what they do or don't do for you. I still love them. They're still my family, and I will save them no matter what it takes.
You do what you have to do, but let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. I ain't gonna let you bring upon the apocalypse. Okay? So you do whatever you feel is necessary, but I ain't telling you where the contract is. So you can smell lies all you want, Jen. Smell them across the whole prairie if you want, but I ain't telling you the truth.
Fine. I'll figure it out on my own, and I will go through every devil in hell and on this plane in order to save and fix what I broke. And you are not getting in my way.
Good luck.
Jen's walking away.
And Ro just turns around and she's like, doesn't have anywhere to stomp off to, but if she had a place, she would. She's gonna go back to the rock that she had.
Benny and Faye, you witnessed the end of this argument, well, the whole argument, I guess. How are we all feeling?
Yeah, I think Faye's just like very quiet, staring off the middle distance, taking a very long drink.
Yeah, Faye's just kind of looking at both of them like, well, they look like they're mostly okay. And she's not going to get too much more involved. She, like I said, she suspects that the paper may have been used for more than she thought with just the notes, but she's not 100%. So she's not going to start stuff. She just stirs the meal and offers Betty his bowl of dinner.
Thank you.
No problem. That was,
One word for it. And just kind of like finishes the stew. I'm gonna, I don't know, take a lap.
yeah, sounds good, kid. Don't blame you.
Yeah. And then he just like gets up, then kind of like goes out and kind of circles around, and he's actually looking for Jen.
You probably find Jen pretty easy. She hasn't done anything yet. Just kind of kicking the... She's probably kicking at some... You know what she's doing? Yeah, she's kicking at some dead branches and just being angry. And she probably accidentally cast a couple of times just without thinking. So there's like that big surge of chain energy, and then there's also I'm gonna pop it in chat because dang, I've been wanting to cast this for a while. Yeah, that one. It looks like a bunch of cards kind of pop out around her, and then they slide back again, and there's a moment of absolute confusion. She doesn't remember how she's casting this or why. And it just sort of strengthens her resolve again to just get this fixed. She is angry and broken and willing to do anything at this point.
I still stand by what I told you earlier. But this family of yours, don't walk a mile for someone who wouldn't do a step for you.
Yeah, I know. If I'm being honest, it's more about my husband rather than anything else.
Yeah. So,
my family ain't the best, I know.
these things, they... Yeah. I can understand. So, what's he like?
My husband?
Yeah.
That's part of the problem. Apparently, I gave up my memories of him entirely. Every good moment we might have had. For this. I pull out my gun. I gave up everything that we had. Every life, every memory, every happy moment we had because I wanted to save my family. And then I left and he came back, found me, bless him. He foolishly made a deal and just try and save mine, and now he's stuck on my behalf, and I already broke his damn heart because I was stupid and trying to fix something again, and now I'm here and I want my memories back, and I don't want him hurting anymore. He's heartbroken and he might die, and that scares me, and I don't care what I have to do in order to fix it.
Sounds like the person you'd end the world for.
I met him for a day, and there's something. I didn't care about anything else until after I cared only about myself for a long time, and I met him and something snapped. There's something there. I need it back. I need him. I don't know if I need him back. If I don't see him ever again, that's fine by me, as long as he's okay.
I see where you're coming from. I wish I had the chance you had. Wish I had the chance you have.
What,
And then-
find love and then immediately lose it because you made a very bad decision?
To undo that decision. To undo that decision and get that love back.
That's why I'm willing to do so much dumb shit.
Yep. Then
Was-
you see... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, it's fine. What were you gonna say?
And then you just hear him quietly walk over to the rock where Ro and Blanca are.
Is Blanca still here?
Yeah.
When
Before
Rogue is
we-
over here, she
Before
is
we-
shot.
I say, before we follow Benny, does Faye do anything during this conversation time?
No, not this time. I think she's letting tempers kind of simmer down before she tries to get involved in anything. she feels like she might have helped a little too much already and made things worse. So she's standing back because this isn't her family, so she doesn't need to be in the middle of it yet.
Okay, valid, totally valid. In that case, we will carry on as we were. Benny and Ro, carry on.
By the time you get over there, you will notice that Ro's hands are really bloody. And she is just really angry, and you can just see like the red in her face.
And he just kind of sees that. Well, I was gonna say something. Listen, it would be ridiculous of me to not know where you're coming from, but you should give her the real contract.
Give her to it. Why? So she can sign it and bring the devil up here? So she can sign her life away for someone she barely even knows? Do you realize what you're saying?
Yep.
She's signing her contract. She's signing her life away for someone she doesn't even know.
Apparently,
Off the concept that that person is a real person. Do you know how stupid that is? She's signing her life away for someone she doesn't even know is her real husband because her mind doesn't work that way.
listen, with what she said to me, there's some there. And if I had even this last chance to see that thing and to take it back for myself, I would rip apart anyone that I would have to in order to get it back.
Get what back? Love? You think love is real? You think that people just really take care of each other? That doesn't work like that. And no one gonna take care of yourself but yourself. I can guarantee you it.
That's real damn sad. I'm sorry, Ro.
Ain't no reason to be sorry that I saw the real life what it is. But ain't no way I'm gonna let someone throw their life away because they make some stupid mistake like I have millions of times. People shouldn't be making choices based off of feelings. Oh, they feel like that this person's gonna be with them. Oh, you feel like this is a friend. You feel like someone's got your back. They ain't got shit. They ain't got you. They ain't gonna take care of themselves. All you got is yourself. Y-O-U. And if you ain't gonna take care of you, then that is a damn shame.
I've known you for 20 minutes. I wouldn't wish your life on my worst enemy.
My life has been a learning experience. A learning experience that I am trying to share.
Not my worst enemy.
You notice that she really has anger problems, like straight up anger problems.
Yeah.
So you got something positive to say, or are you gonna defend her this whole time that she thinks she's doing some great job?
Man, I don't know what to say. Apparently there's some amendment process. I'm not an attorney.
Ain't nothing to try over. Ain't nothing to try over. Would you trust me to hold a rope to keep you from dying?
Yeah,
Well, you made a bad choice. Because you don't know me.
that is true.
And she's gonna, you're gonna have to roll it. I will grant you the concept of maybe you may want to roll an insight check. But
Okay.
she's gonna tell you, I would easily let anyone drop if it comes to my life or yours. It's gonna be mine.
22.
Damn. So you're gonna realize that she's a little bit of a monster, but you realize that maybe in a bit of rage, she does some really stupid shit. Some really, really questionable rage point shit. But in retrospect, she probably would actually keep you alive. She's not a bad person.
Not as good as the liars you think you are.
I think I'm a damn good liar. I think you're a bad sense of judgment. That's what I think you are.
Oh no, that is absolutely true. I'm a professional musician. No smart man would make that choice. That's... You seem like someone who'd rather make your own choice. And if you have even a bit of respect for Jen, I think you should let her make the choice. Let her damn the world.
You just said that, damn the world. You're asking me to put trust in someone to keep my own self alive, when she would easily throw anyone underneath the bus to save her family, who's as crooked as a crawling snake. Yeah, think about that for a minute.
She don't seem to be too interested in saving any of the Harkers.
How do you know?
Don't be such. It's really that Malcolm fella.
Shall we pan away, or would you two like to continue?
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, Ro can argue with you all day. You realize that she's in a stupor of like just pure rage, so she will literally just... She would argue with you if the sky is blue. She would tell you it is purple, and she knows it's purple because she has seen it purple before, and obviously...
And Benny is foolish enough to maintain that argument. So yeah, we can cut away whenever.
Why don't we pan away? Maybe to Faye once tempers have settled down a little bit. If that's not too knee-jerking for those of us in the deep emotional roleplay right now, if you can shake off some of the emotions. There you go. Okay. So everyone sort of calmed down a little bit, Faye. Your motherly senses are tingling. Good time.
All right. Did I see... I mean, Benny wasn't, like, secretive about the fact that he was walking over to talk to Ro, right? The rock is, like, right behind them. I'm assuming I saw him going over there.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah, you will see him stop a little at Jen, stop a little at Ro.
Yeah, and can possibly hear yelling.
I think they get quite heated, so I think everyone probably heard yelling, if that's okay for everyone.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, she'd go try to talk to Jin first, then. She'd move the stew off the fire so it doesn't burn, and then go talk to Jin.
This character.
Chef's kiss.
I'm having fun with her.
When you see Jin, she's probably just kind of sitting against like a stump or something, or a rock. She's not angry or like angrily like just casting bursts of magic anymore, but she's sitting. If you look around her neck, pulled out, and kind of in one hand there is a necklace on which there is a wedding ring and a holy symbol of, I think it's 3 small waves. And then in her other hand she has a faded sepia-tone photograph of her and a man you don't recognize, but it's her husband.
Yeah, I heard enough of the argument from everyone. I'm figuring she can probably put at least a few pieces together. Are you feeling better, sweetie? I know that was a bit rough for both of you.
There's a reason why I was super interested in your family, I guess.
No, I understand. I got very lucky. You can't pick your family, but I got very lucky, and I know not everyone does.
You can't pick them, and you can dislike them all you want, but you still love them.
Yeah, I know the feeling. You know, there have been moments when my kids tried my patience a whole lot, not to mention the grandkids, because, you know, they get into everything. But you still love them, even when you're mad at them. That's how it goes.
Or even when they do bad things. But, I mean... you want to see a picture of my own?
Sure, that sounds good.
And I show you the picture of Jin and a man slightly taller than her, brown hair with a bit of a goatee, a dusty coat, big cocky grin on his face, and Jin's in a white dress, flowers in her hair, and they're smiling on top of a butte in the desert.
Okay.
So that's my husband.
Oh, he's a handsome one.
Yeah, he is. He's got a real good heart on him.
Very
yeah.
happy.
Yeah. We do, don't we?
You do. You don't look quite as happy right now, I'm sad to say.
I'm assuming you heard a bunch of what I said. Did you hear the part about me not remembering things?
I heard bits and pieces, you know, between what you and Ro were arguing about, and then, you know, Ro and Benny just now. They weren't exactly quiet. I caught enough that I kind of get the gist of it. You don't have to go into more detail, I don't think, unless you want to. I'm not going to make you tell me anything. But if you need a good ear, you know, I raised 10 kids. I'm real good at listening.
I don't remember being this happy. Ever. Oh. Is it selfish to say I want that back?
No, I mean, everyone deserves and wants to be happy. That's totally the way it is. It makes sense. Especially if you can't remember it and if you've had a lot of bad times since then. But I definitely think, and I said it already, and this is just by saying, we can keep talking about something else afterwards, but I definitely think you should ask your questions first. I mean, it sounds like, from what you all were saying, this Malcolm fella gave up a lot to try to help you. And, you know, again, just from my experience, if you don't honor that sacrifice by trying to keep yourself safe, then, you know, what did he sacrifice for? I'm not saying you shouldn't try. You gotta figure out something. I don't disagree with that situation. But, you know, just make sure you look at all the pieces first. Don't rush in and end up causing more problems for both of you, is all I'm saying. Because it sounds like at least a couple of times things got rushed and you ended up in a bad situation. You know, you got to make sure the oven's hot before you put the food in, otherwise it doesn't cook proper.
Yeah, kind of have a trail of bad decisions behind me. I'm trying to make sure what he did ain't go to waste. But I don't want him to pay the price for my mistakes, if that makes sense.
It does. It definitely does. And that's definitely the feeling I was getting from your argument with your friend. You know, I think she means well. I think she cares enough to make sure she doesn't want you to sacrifice yourself for nothing. There might be a little bit of, self-concern thrown in there too, especially with the whole killing death thing, because we don't know what happens after that. But, she's trying.
I know.
Trying's the important word in that sentence.
I don't want her involved in this either. It's another reason why I'm trying. She got roped into my mess because I was foolish and argumentative as she may be. I don't want her paying for my mistakes either. I don't want her getting roped into any of this.
Right. And that's very noble of you, sweetie. That's very good. But, she did have a point that you got to take care of yourself too. Especially because the reason she's roped in, at least partly I'm assuming, is because she's your friend or something. She seemed a little iffy on the friend terminology, but And same for your husband. If people care about you, they're going to want to take care of you. Obviously, it sounds like a whole lot of people made situational decisions that weren't the greatest right here. It's a problem. But if you keep making decisions that are bad, it just makes the situation worse. It's like those people who end up owing creditors. They owe one creditor and then they take another loan to pay off the first creditor and then they take another loan to pay off the second creditor, and it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse, and it's just a bad situation.
Oh yeah, that's unfortunately quite familiar.
Yeah, it's a concern. One of my kids almost got into that situation, so I'm a little bit familiar with it. That's why I'm saying you make sure you ask all your questions before you sign the contract. He didn't do that, even though I told him to, and he ended up in a bad situation. So you got to make sure you check the fine print.
Well, I'll take a page from your book and ask this time around. I'll try to make a wiser choice, but my life's not worth trying to save at this point.
Well, you got to keep in mind, sweetie, that might be what you think, but clearly your friend and your husband didn't. This guy right here, and she points at the picture, cared enough to make sure that you had a chance. I don't know what he did. Sounds like he got himself in more trouble, but regardless, he made that decision because he cared about you and he thought your life was worth it. So if these two people, even if they're the only ones in the world that think your life's worth it, if they care enough, then you owe it to them to at least try to make yourself safe. Now, ultimately, you're going to make whatever decision you're going to make. It's your life. You got to do that. But, keep that in mind, sweetie. Somebody cares. And she kind of gives you like the little grandma chuck under the chin.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep thinking. I've got to wrap my head around the questions I want to ask. But thanks.
You're welcome, sweetie. And that's a good idea. Definitely make sure. If you need some paper to write things out, I've got some in my bag because, got to keep writing letters to the grandkids.
That's mighty nice of you, but I'll be all right.
All right. You take your time. And she pats your knee and gets up and walks back over towards the fire.
It does the awkward put your pat the hand on top of the hand, sort of affection, but also we don't know each other that well.
Right. So it's like this situation is weird for both of us, but
Yeah,
I feel the pain in this situation.
Yep.
When she gets closer to the fire, she just calls out towards the rocks. Are you both alive over there still? Do I have to come heal anybody? I don't have any healing magic, but I got bandages.
I don't think either of us are going anywhere alone. So, and then he just kind of like nods their head at towards the fire.
I didn't realize it's still muted.
Ah.
I don't want to go near the fire. She's gonna be near the fire.
Free country. Then walks over and sits back down.
It's all right. Emotions ran high. Everybody's calming down. She gets a little louder. Don't forget, y'all got to go to bed tonight. Otherwise, we're not going to be able to travel.
I'll go to bed when I want to. You ain't tell me when I want to go to bed. I'm just conveniently going to bed right now.
That's all right, sweetie. I didn't mean you had to go now.
It's gonna like lean on the back. How about you two? That looks to Jin. Any progress on that decision?
Jin?
So, yeah. Did you make any more progress towards what you're gonna decide what you're gonna do?
I'm thinking of questions, I think.
That's good. Also, you
Made a choice. I'm just trying to iron it out this time around.
thinking it through. Smarter than I am.
It's a good idea. You know what's that saying they got? The devil's in the details.
Yeah.
More literal in this case for me.
Is there anything that you would like to do?
Nope.
Speaking specifically to Jin with regards to the contract, contact someone.
I don't actually. I was gonna ask. I want to eventually, once everyone's gone to bed, I want to go talk to the devil. But that's a when everyone's asleep sort of thing to do.
We could pan to that and then carry on to the next morning, if you like. We've all done a lot of talking. I think everyone's a bit knackered from the from all of this high emotional talk today. I think it'd be reasonable if people pull an early night. So we'll go to Jin alone then.
Sits, kind of, or no, she stands. Sort of rubs her thumb along the hilt of her gun. So, the contract you gave me might have been eaten by another interested party. Can we talk in person? Friend to friend.
You instead get a whisper back. Good evening, Hell customer service. This is Rashida speaking. How can I help? Definitely just pulled that name out of chat. Thank you, Heather.
No problem.
No, this didn't happen before. Can you just get me through line to the devil?
If you would like to speak directly to the devil, please press 1. If you
I
would
can't press anything.
like to speak to someone in contracts and services, press 2. If you would like to Sorry, Jin's done face just killed me. There's a list of options. It's very long.
Jin stopped after one and just sort of looks up. Alright, so I know I'm supposed to start the apocalypse. This isn't getting it started, so if you want me to do anything productive and help you in any way, talk to me now.
It would seem the devil answers no man or woman. Again, if you would like to speak directly to the devil, press 1 and we can make you an appointment. If you would like to talk to contracts and services, then press 2.
Alright,
For
you want to
billing-
play this game? Fine. I pull out the bottle of memories. You want to lose me? I can make that happen.
This is scrap. Seems to be in all the confusion. We've lost track of how many bullets there were, so you gotta ask yourself one question, punk. You feeling lucky?
Jin never takes back anything she says, no matter how much me as a player wants to. So yeah, she's feeling lucky.
There is no response. If you would like me to run through the conditions of your actions, we could also do that now.
That would be helpful, actually, yeah.
Well, drinking the memories would relieve you of that part of your contract.
Alright. What about the other parts?
They would remain intact.
Alright, which part is this relieving me of?
That can be found on pages 300 to 452 of your contract.
Can you read me them? It's dark.
No, I'm afraid I'm not authorized to view customer contracts.
Alright. How about the clause where if I break something else, then other people pay for it?
If you would like to speak to contracts and services, please press 2.
I can't press anything. There is nothing to press.
Oh, I'm sorry. I must be thinking I'm talking to the wrong plane. Would you like to speak to contracts and services?
Yes.
I'll put you through.
How long does it take?
We'll say about 2 minutes, which is a very long time during a phone call. Hello, this is Bethany in contracts. How can I help you?
Hi, yes, apparently I made a deal with the devil about a year ago. I'd like to find it.
Okay, what's your policy number?
Never was told one.
Okay, that's not a problem. We can still find your contract. What's your surname?
Parker.
And what's your mother's maiden name?
Peterson.
And your date of birth?
July 17th. I don't even know the months in this world. Do they have normal months?
Yeah, sure, why not?
July 17th.
Okay, I think I found your information now. Is it okay if I just ask you some security questions?
Yeah, sure, why not? It's not like I was gonna sleep tonight anyways.
When you made your contract, you were gifted one gift. What was it?
It was a gun. You want more details about it? It's a gun, black barrel, ivory on the hilt. On the one side, it's inscribed the name Bad Idea. I built it myself.
Fantastic. And when you made the second part of your deal, you gave up one thing. What was it?
Memories of my husband. The happiest times of my life.
No, that's very close. Very close. That's actually what you gave up for the other thing.
Gave up my freedom, my servitude. I don't know. Fill in the blank.
There was one more thing you gave up, or requested, rather.
Oh, protecting my family?
There we go. Brilliant.
There we go.
How can I help?
Oh, I just wanted to know, cite a couple pages on the, or look at something. Regarding what happens if I do get these memories back?
Oh, yep, we can certainly go through that. Thank you for clearing security. So, if you get your memories back, your family is no longer safe.
What's exactly plaguing them?
It's their mortal time. Yep, original death date, 2 years back.
Huh.
Killed by a gang.
Alright. What about my husband?
Memories of your husband?
No, if I get those memories back, what happens to him?
That's not in this part of the contract. No, your
It
husband.
might have been an amendment.
No, there's something about that in the second part of the contract. The first part, sorry. No, wait, the second part. Second part.
What exactly does it say?
So you got a gun in exchange for your memories of your husband.
Yes.
It means to kill the people who are plaguing your family, and
Yeah.
you also gave up your memories of your husband to keep your family safe.
Yes.
That's the two parts of the deal. So memories of the husband, gun.
Alright. So there ain't an amendment in writing that says if I break my contract, then every other deal made on behalf of me is also broken. What you're saying.
You can break those two. They're actually written as separate contracts. They posed as amendments, but they don't actually hinge on each other.
Okay, I feel this is me as a player going, I know there's a loophole, I'm just not smart enough to figure it out. So, what do I roll to figure that out?
Straight intelligence?
Jin's smart. I'm gonna use an advantage, please. I still have one, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, didn't need it, but it's fine.
So, yeah, this is wrapped up pretty tight. You can give up the gun to remember. Wait, have I got the right way around?
I give up the. I drink the memories. I lose the gun. I drink the memories. I drink the memories. I lose the gun. I lose the gun. My family dies.
Yeah, you drink the memories. You lose the gun. Yep. Keep your family safe. No. So hang on a minute. You.
I don't even know.
Damn it! I had this so sewed up in my head, and now when it comes to it, here I am messing it up. There's two parts to the deal. One part is the ability to kill people in exchange for your husband. The other part is your family's safety in exchange for your servitude.
Okay. There was also something that was mentioned a while back about if I break my contract, then Malcolm also loses his contract. Is that an amendment in my contract, or is that just something the devil said?
There is an amendment. Essentially, what's going to happen here is you can give up your gun at any time and give up servitude. You no longer have that ability to kill people. But if you drink the memories, your family's no longer safe. That's where we are.
Okay. Jin's very focused on the whole does my husband die sort of thing.
She looks for us. There's Nothing. Your husband is currently protected under the family clause. The
Alright.
accident in Blank's Pass should have killed him a while back, but without
What
the devil's
accident?
protection.
What accident?
The gangs shooting.
Right. Is there a way where I can get my memories back, but keep the second clause? I'll just keep serving the devil.
You'd have to take that up with the devil directly. It says here on your notes that he offered you a contract renegotiation recently.
Yeah, apparently it was digested by someone. Can I get a copy?
Please hold out your hand.
Does?
A new copy of the contract appears in your hand.
Perfect. And I read it through.
Essentially, it says that if you kill Death, then all previous deals are broken. Jin is free.
If I want to modify this, I'd have to take it up with the devil himself.
Well, we can put them in for appeal, but there will be an appeal process. It'd be quicker to get an appointment with the devil. I could fix you up with one.
Yeah, that'd be lovely. How about he meets me in Blank Pass? We can have a drink together.
Perfect. He's actually got a space in 2 days' time. He'll meet you in the Lonely Flagon.
All right. I look forward to talking with him.
Before you go, there's a 2-minute survey which you could fill out about how I served you today. Would you be willing to fill that out for us?
But of course, anything for the devil.
Why, thank you, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You as well, my friend. You as well.
And she waits for you to hang up.
Well, I fill out the survey and then I hang up. Of course I fill out the survey. Look,
Do you give her good stars?
Yes! She gave me my contract! Yes! Hell yes! Literal hell yes! Hold on, I need it. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Eat. Lonely Flagon. Okay.
We'll go to the next morning, shall we?
Jin's pretty peppy. Not pretty peppy, but she seems more... She's not as mopey. She has resolve.
There you go. So, Jin wakes up feeling pretty good, it would seem.
Nightmares.
No nightmares.
That's the thing. Sorry, I forgot about that. Anything?
Sorry, say again. You broke up a little bit there.
Oh, any nightmares?
No,
Did I
no.
get any nightmares?
No
oh,
nightmares.
Fun.
You can all wake up at any time.
Ro didn't actually sleep last night. She had really bad, every time she would close her eyes, it was nothing but a memory of something she's done because she was so enraged before she went to bed.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking it's just a relapse after relapse of her murdering. We're talking she's trying to go to sleep, but when she closes her eyes, she just sees nothing but bad stuff. And there ain't a bar nearby to keep the memories to go away.
So, Ro in the morning looks harrowed, is what we're saying? Tired? How about Benny and Faye? How do they wake up?
Betty probably wakes up pretty early and rested enough.
Yeah, Faye would probably wake up pretty early and start making breakfast. So there's a big pot of oatmeal and a pot of coffee going already on the campfire kind of thing.
Fantastic. Wake up to the smell of coffee.
I'm muted. Morning, y'all.
Morning.
Martin.
Morning, kids. There's coffee. You look like you need it. She points at Ro. And I've got oatmeal going too.
I don't need coffee. I need something stronger than that.
Don't look at me. You know I don't drink. A pot of coffee will be great.
Much
You
obliged,
can
thank you.
always add to your coffee.
Add what to my coffee?
And Betty's holding out the flask.
She's gonna lean back for a minute, and her eyes are gonna close. And then she opens her eyes real quickly. She's like, "What?"
Like Betty just very quiet, looking away, just holding out the flask to take.
Ah, you're an angel, Benny.
I try.
She immediately just passes the coffee and completely just starts drinking straight from the flask.
So, we're coming towards the end of the show. So if there's anything that you all would like to say to each other, impart wisdom or anything like that, or share things you did last night, Jin, this is a good opportunity.
Well, I know I said that we'd try and accompany you, but turns out I got a lead on fixing things. For
Okay.
me. Which
That's
is in
all
2
right.
days, which means we gotta pick up the pace. But
Alright, sounds good.
taking what you two said to heart.
Appreciate it.
That's good, kid. You've got a big decision to make.
Yeah. Fixing things.
You can take the rest of the firewood we gathered. I'll need it. Because I can make one on the spot actually. But anything else I can do for you, just as a thank you for dealing with us.
What?
It's all right, sweetheart. That's nothing compared to the fights my kids have had.
Oh, I hope none of your kids end up in the situation I did.
Well, no, yeah, the consequences weren't as big, but the fights were bigger.
Thank you. How about you, Benny? Anything? Anything I can do for you?
Yeah. I think we're fine. Thank you.
Well, you keep holding out. Love's a funny thing.
It's a burning thing.
Love's a lie.
How good? This is a burning thing.
I'm
Yeah.
so tired. I'd explain to you why, but it's just too much work right now.
Well, you two travel safe. Gangs can get a bit rough around here, so keep an eye out. Thankfully they ain't the brightest. You can probably handle yourselves. Especially someone with your experiences.
Thanks. Take care of yourself. And best of luck on your business.
Maybe we'll see each other again. We'll cross paths. If you ever come down to Blank Pass, I'll be happy to see you again.
You don't destroy the world.
Could we ever be so lucky?
One decision at a time, kids. One decision at a time. You know, get your information, then make your decision. But yes, hopefully we'll meet up with you again. Good luck with everything. You guys should take some of the coffee for the road, because I think she's going to need it.
Yeah,
I'm so
I'll
tired.
make hope your family's safe.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. I hope yours is not causing you problems.
I'll fix them if they do.
Just
With-
be careful.
With that, I think we come the most wholesome
Before-
end to the most wholesome episode.
Before we go, so Ro's gonna go up to the horse. She's put her hand on the horse and she's like, I wish you could just tell me if Terrence is okay. Hopefully he's okay.
Do you want me to ask your horse?
Shh.
Well, no, seriously, I can speak to animals. It's kind of a thing I got.
That would do. Yeah, sure, why not?
I didn't know
Not
you
that I
guys...
care about his life or anything, but if
I
he's
mean,
there-
I care a little.
yeah, I mean, she cares a little.
All right, yeah, just give me a second. And Spirit, what is it, Spirit Born? Can you tell this is a new expansion for me? Either way, I go talk to the horse because that is one of the abilities I have. Is basically I get to speak with animals.
Yeah, go talk to the Yeah, this horse is interesting.
The horse is mostly when you, I don't know how you talk, but do you have an opening like hello or anything like that, or do you just start listening in? Is it a mental thing or a communicative thing? Or
My understanding is that it works just like speak with animals, so I'm assuming I have to actually talk.
okay,
His
All
name's
right.
Mandel.
His name's Mandel.
Yeah.
All right, Mandel, you know you're gorgeous. Do you have a name you call yourself instead of Mandel?
Mandel's fine.
All right, Mandel it is then. So, sweetie, listen. Your friends over here, the ones that, you know, you've been traveling with, they're wondering
Oh, yeah.
if some guy named Terrence is okay. I don't...
They're real nice. Terrence is real nice too. Terrence gives me morning oats. Are there morning oats? I'd like some morning oats.
I've got some I can give you. I just got another couple of questions, if that's all right. So,
Sure.
do you know if Terrence is okay? Like, is he alive or was he injured or something?
His eyes whites up. His eyes roll up into his head for a second, but instead of showing whites, it shows red. And it comes back down. Yeah, Terrence is fine.
All right, that's good. Do you know where he is? I have a feeling they might be wondering.
He's still
Oh
at home.
no. Yeah, no, he needs to stay where he is.
He's at home.
Where exactly is home for him?
What do you mean? He's back at the tavern.
All right, you know, Mandel, sweetie, can you tell me where home is?
Well, most recently the tavern back in the place where people stop lots. But before that, it was it was one of the hells.
Son of a bitch!
That's good to know.
Okay, quick question. We don't
relays
understand. Okay.
Yeah, she'd
Yeah,
be
that's
relaying.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
So your friend sounds interesting. And she'll get a little bag of oats from Mandel and bring it over to him.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You did very good, sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It's good to know.
So you tell Ro that? Oh yeah, she reacts exactly like that. Exactly.
So I take it this isn't a good thing. It's something that you knew already.
I had a suspicion.
Should have known. And she looks over at Benny and she says, "This is proof. Another proof. Don't trust anyone. No one is to be trusted. I hope everyone dies. Let's do the apocalypse because no one is worth trusting." And she just fucking walks off.
Not on my worst enemy.
Not even this episode had quite the wholesome ending we expected then. There was still a slight reveal. I think that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for playing with us today. Great episode. So wholesome. I really enjoyed this one. Lots of talking.
Mm-hmm.
why don't we go round, talk about who we are, what our favorite part of the show was, and all the wonderful places that we can find you and all the wonderful things that you do. If you have any links, I'll link your Twitter and a Twitch if you have one. If you want any other links, either put them in chat yourself or put them in the Zoom chat, and I'll link them for you. Let's go around the opposite way around and start with Mac.
Hi, yes, I am Mackenzie Lane DA on Twitter. You can call me Mac. You can find me over on Twitter, most always yelling about things, over at Mackenzie Lane DA up there. In terms of streaming, I am here every week for the next 2 weeks only to finish up Riders on the Storm every Thursday at 7 p.m. EST. I'm also over on the Greyhawk channel every Friday at 5 p.m. EST for the Old Faith. And I'm also in the DM's chair for the next 3 weeks over on Encounter Roleplay for Keepers of the Lost. That's going to be ending right before Gen Con 2. So there's a lot of finales happening. My emotions can't handle this. But I'm also going to be starting next week over on WebDM for Corbett's Kissed by Lamplight, the new Blades in the Dark campaign, limited series run for July. And I just published my very first module over on DGAM's Guild, which I'm going to pop in chat. Oh boy, today was an episode. I almost cried. That was fun. That's it. I love you. It was great. My emotions feel so many things.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Next, we go around to Levi Phipps.
Hello, I am Levi. Also up there, Levi Phipps 97 on Twitter. This was a great time. I don't quite remember when, but I also almost cried for a second. But yeah, like last time I was here, I also got a very roleplay heavy episode, and yeah, it was all a real good time. But on Saturday I will be on Salty Sweet Games, in raising money for Abigail Lobsinger, a young cancer patient, just so that her family doesn't have to worry about expenses while she's getting treatments. And I'm looking for a thing. I'm on the Urban Shadows game. That's going to be super fun. And a little fun fact, my character in that is, as kind of a loose cannon, is the grandson of my Mackenzie's character from Ryutama, as like a little Scratticus.
Oh my god! Oh
Yeah.
my god, yes! Oh, I love that.
Yes.
Children, I owe so much to that first episode of Ryutama, and it's so nice to have you back.
Yes, this is great. I've been looking forward to this. And my Oracle Elijah's a good boy. But also, Monday on my channel, I will be running, and twitch.tv/LeviPhips, I will be running a Hearts of Wuling game called Songs of Southern Mountains. It's going to be multi-generational and inspired by Avatar and Legend of Korra. And then Tuesday, I am on twitch.tv/KPhase. There's a lot of, for mass plane obsolescence, Rise of Shadows, which is also a very, like that, this session with all the PvP role-playing, that's that whole game. We're doing a Civil War arc right now, and boy oh boy. Yeah, that game means a lot to me. But anyways, that's where I am regularly, and in the near future. Please, if you're available for any of those times, check it out.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
again, Scrat.
No, thank you. We didn't talk about your favorite bits.
Basically, that I was. There was a point where I also almost started crying, and I didn't expect that conversation with both Jin and with Ro were both super good. I didn't expect Benny to be this like self-sacrificing, super protective character, but I am a slave to my brain.
Yeah. I knew as well, as soon as you said at the start that you would possibly, before we went in, we asked what would the devil, what if you'd make a deal, what the devil would be, and Levi answered that his character would say with love. I immediately thought this is going to be great for Saito. Next round, let's go to Heather at Amethyst Magic.
Okay. Hi again. I'm Heather. You can find me on Twitter at amethyst_magic with a CK. It's right up here. You can also find me on a whole lot of stuff that has to do with the Nerdsmith Network, which is a nerdy entertainment network, mostly based online. We have a streaming channel here twitch.tv/wearenerdsmith. You can find me there every Tuesday. I play Val, the half-orc Grave Domain cleric, who very, very hard tries to keep everyone alive. It's not always easy. I have a few people that like to rush in, and it's a problem. And coming up soon on Fridays, we haven't announced it yet, so I can't divulge all the information, but we've got another stream that's going to be coming up that I'll be in as a Sea Otter Folk Bard, which is going to be fun. And let's see. I also have a podcast on the network. It's Geek Thyself, where me and my friend Russell talk about a different nerdy topic every week. And I'm also one of the directors at Nerdsmith, so you can just kind of find me all over the place at Nerdsmith.
Heather, thank you so much. Favorite part?
Thank you. Favorite part? Honestly, just because I like throwing random stuff in, and because I love the voice you came up with. The combination of the customer service phone call and talking to the horse at the end.
Oh, thank you.
Those were fun.
Thank you. I try. Last but most certainly not least, Milady Saito.
Hello, my name is Milady Saito, and I am a Twitch streamer that plays multiple of the different games. And when I am not here on Thursdays, which is super sad, it is going to be coming to a short show pretty soon. So please check out the every Thursday that's left over. But I will be streaming. I stream DBD. I just stream Overwatch, Deceit, all sorts of games. Always welcome viewers to watch. And I'm a chatty person, so you can always check me out at any time. Twitter, Snapchat, Instagram, hit me up. I'm always willing to conversate. I will be doing my own. It's coming soon, actually, on my own channel. It's going to be a fairy tale D&D, and I'm going to be DMing. It's going to be the first time that I have done a stream D&D in a long time. I used to stream my DMDs, but this is going to be interesting. So if you like fairy tales and you like someone torturing people, I mean, check it out.
Yeah, awesome. And is it going to be 5e, or because you're more familiar with other versions, right?
I personally prefer 3.5, but I'm actually going to be using 5e because I had to do. I know, and I hate that. I used to hate 5e. I know, I used to hate 5e so much. But I'm going to be doing 5e, and I had to study and do all this stuff for the DMing of it because I do want to bring people on who play 5e. So, and bringing people who are 3.5 is a little bit harder to find. So this is gonna be an interesting situation.
I mean, I'd be willing to learn 3.5, but it would take some time. You know,
Well,
I joined on 5.
I play on Sundays. I DM on Sundays.
Well, everyone.
It's fun, but it's a lot more math.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about like 5e is you can just go to Roll20 and just click buttons and it does it all for you. Yeah. Anyway, that just leaves.
Math.
Well, yeah, true, but I'm lazy also.
Valid.
So please check out all the links that are currently being spammed in chat by my bot. They include places you can support us, places you can find us, places you can find our community and contact us and get involved. If you want to get a game, send me a DM on Twitter. I'll get you a game. We'll be reaching out to people for August very soon as I pull my trash fire finger out and get things finalized. Essentially, I just need to chase people up and get them actually solidified down. I've given out all the spaces. I just need to. Yeah, also check out our sponsors, Mage Hand Press, who created this expansion, the Weird West, and also Bird in the Storm Publishing, whom we're very grateful to. They make this all possible. We will be back in half an hour with Fading Footsteps, Holly's campaign, where she tortures the hell out of us, and it's tons of fun, and we get really, really emotional. And yeah, that's all the things. So we'll be back next week at the same time for more Riders on the Storm. Until then, keep on evoking emotions. And we'll see you later on. Bye!